Any tips or messages for followers?
Ask yourself, what do you want to feel, and what do you want to look like visually? Because at the end of the day, it is a visual dance, right? I mean, it is a visual art. Your lines matters, your form matters, your shapes matters. So like, what do you want these factors to look like in yourself? And then my second tip is trust your leader, be comfortable with it, and trust yourself while you trust in the leader. Yes, it is a 50 and 50. It's just a different role. You have a role as well. You got to work on yourself so you can be there for your partner.
Don't get so caught up in trying to look like another person that you admire. Figure out who you are as a dancer. Take something maybe that you learned from them and make it your own. Like, for example, like Amanda has shown me many different ideas for arms and styling and stuff. And then there's been moments where I'll take it and then I'll do it a slightly different way that fits me and the way I'm moving my body. So yeah, don't get caught up in looking like another person. Look like you, but use the tips that you get from them to help improve how clean you look. I would say, like, when I first started learning with Jeff, the N1, 2, 3 was drilled into my brain, you know, because that's what you get as your start, because you need some basics somewhere. As I kept dancing with him, he would tell me, he'd say, okay, now I want you to like switch it up a little bit, you know, like change your footwork, change your styling, you know, but you could still come back to the N1. You just got to know where it is, you know, in the music. There's sometimes I could take one step and then land on the right count, and then proceed again with the N1, 2, 3. Sometimes I would see, like, I'd watch a video of you, Amanda, and Jeff dancing, and like sometimes the whole time I could barely tell the N1 was there, but I know it was there. It was smooth. Sometimes you would like sway with your legs, or like you would kick your foot out a certain, you sway it around, you know, like sometimes you got to bend the rules a little bit to give it some sauce. But you have to remember there's still music and there's still beats and there's still parts that you have to utilize in the song.
When I teach my own lines and forms, I'm telling my students all the time, that's your line. I'm giving you examples. I'm giving you ideas on how that started in my head. You got to go home and do the work.
You got to get out of that mentality of you got to wait for the leader to ask you to dance. If you sit there and wait to be asked to dance, you might be sitting there waiting forever. So if you want to dance and you're a follower, look for somebody who looks like they're not dancing with anybody, they're sitting down, walk up to them and say, hey, would you like to dance? Like, don't even think about, oh, I don't know what level they're at. The reality is that if you're really a good follower, you can dance with the most basic beginner up to the most advanced person. You don't grow as a dancer if you're always picking your favorite person to dance with. Pick the person that you struggle dancing with, because then you're going to grow exponentially. You learn to pick up different types of cues, because there's more than just hand signals, you know. Sometimes like somebody can give you a cue with the side of their body, you know, with their back, just with their face sometimes. I know if every partner dance style, everybody and their mother talks about, oh, the leader leads and you follow and that's it. That's not always true. Sometimes the follower gets a moment to shine and she can communicate that to her leader, you know, like even just a look or like a moment where there's a pause in between. You can look at your partner and let them know with that look that I want to do my thing right now. And you can start doing your thing because they're not in transition and moving to the next move. And then show yourself off a little bit. And then also you got to give your leader an opportunity to shine too. You got to know when not to try to like do your own solo, because you're gonna mess up the transition going to the other side. You might trip and fall. You might not miss. You'll miss the hand.
People are watching the whole, you know, the whole dance, the whole energy is two people together. Mm-hmm. So once you're giving yourself time to your partner to have some sort of like freedom from the connection, you still connected. You're still shining. Like the fact that you are still in that moment doesn't necessarily mean that you're not doing anything. I can, you know, stare at my partner in the moment while he's doing his own thing, and just my stare can just get everybody hypnotized, right? And it's just it's really just about energy more than, you know, thinking about what am I gonna do now. I have to do some cool move because my partner is doing his thing, so I gotta do my thing.